Hey guys, welcome to a full demo of Zoho Books, where I will be showing you all the features and tools that you will be getting with Zoho Books and how you can master accounting, invoices, and expenses. So let's get into it. First of all, what you have to do is you can simply go to Zoho and you will land on this website right here. Now, getting started with Zoho Books is super easy. All you have to do is just click on sign up now, and then you just have to enter your basic information and you can sign up using your Google account or your email address. So after you sign up for Zoho, this is where you will get, you can see this is our main dashboard. So with Zoho, you get a bunch of different options and it's all in one platform that is powered by Zoho, and we will be able to create invoices, expenses, bills. We can even do time tracking, and I'll show you all the features one by one. So you can see on this side of the screen you have home, items, banking, sales, purchases, time tracking, accountant, reports, documents, and more. At the top here, you get the quick create option that allows you to create anything you want to. So you can create users, items, customers, vendors, expenses, anything you want. So the first step that we will be doing on Zoho is actually creating a team. So we need to add our team members to Zoho to get started. For that, I can go ahead and go to the quick create. I can go to add users, or you can find this option under your main items here too. I'm gonna click on add users, and now it will allow me to invite a team member. So I have to enter their name, then I have to enter the email address, and then we have to enter the role. So this is a staff. I'm gonna click on send invite, and an invitation will be sent to them. So now you can see we have two members. I can invite an accountant, so it's going to be similar. I will be entering the name. So now you can see we have added different team members. And that was the first step that you need to do when it comes to your Zoho. So now we have added the users. The second step is going to be adding the items, because it's very important to add an item to your Zoho so that we can then create invoices, we can create expenses, and more. To create an item, you can just simply go to this quick create option, or you can go to the items here, and then you will click on add item. So once you click on add item, now you have to select if it's goods or services. So we offer services, so I'm going to select service here. And for the test, for the name, I'm just going to go for test item, and I'm just going to give it the name test, and let's call it test 1. And then we have to select the unit, that what kind of unit is it. So it's actually, we can say that it's actually pieces here. Then we have the selling price. Now this is according to my company. You will see your, currency here, or you can change the currency as well. So for me, this one is, let's say, £100. And then we have the cost price, and the cost price is, let's say, 50. Then we have the account, so you have to select the account here. We have discount, general income, interest, late, or others. So this one is actually general income. Then we have the account again here. I can select if it's repair and maintenance, the why we are using this sort of travel expenses, uncategorized. So this one is the goods that are sold. And then we have the description. For the description, I can just simply go ahead and add here. So I'm gonna click on save now, and you'll be able to see that a new item will be created. So this is how you create a new item within Zoho. So if I want to create another item, all I have to do is just hit plus, and now I can create another item, and we can call it test 2, and I will follow the same process of adding the selling price, the cost price, the account, and then we will be good to go. So this time maybe we can add 200 here, and we can add like 400 here. Click on save, and now you can see we have 2 items created. After creating the item, the third step that you need to do is you actually need to add some customers. So for that, again, what you can do is you can actually go to the sales, and then you have the customer option right here. In order to create a new customer, you will just hit this plus button, or you can go to the quick create, and under quick create you will find customer. So I'm going to click on create new customer, and we have to enter the customer detail. So customer type, if it's an individual or a business, this one is an individual. We will select Mr. and then we have to add the name. So we're gonna go ahead and add here. We have Smith T, and then we have the company name, so we can add their company name as well. And then we have the display name, so this one is going to be Mr. Smith. This is the display name that I'm going for. Then we have to, of course, enter an email address. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly do that. After entering the email address, we have the phone number, so you can enter the phone number here. And then we have some other details. So under other details, I can select their currency. So for them, actually, we are using USD, so I'm gonna search for it. Perfect. Then we have the opening balance, so you can add opening balance here. You will find the exchange rate here if you have an account in other, currency. And then we have the portal language, so the language we're going for is English. Okay, perfect. Then we have the address, so I can add the address for my customer here. We have the contact person. This is where I can add the contact person details. Then we have the custom fields, we have reporting and remark. In the contact person, what I can do is I can add as many contact person as I like. So once you've added all of the details for your new customer, you just have to click on save, and you can see the new customer will be created. And now we can do a lot more with the customer. We have the comment here, we have transactions, we have mails and statements. Under transactions, I'll be able to find all of the different invoices, expenses, everything that we have created. So now we have created a customer. After this, I will show you now how to create an invoice with Zoho Books. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go under the sales, and then you can go to invoices, or you can go to the quick create, and under sales you will find invoices here. Click on new invoice, and this is how you will create an invoice with Zoho. So to create an invoice, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to add the customer name, and you can see we have already created the customer, so we're just gonna select the customer here. Then we have the invoice, so we're gonna select the invoice like number here. Then we have the order number, and this is where you will add the order number according to your site and order, of course. So let's say this was the order number here. Then we have the invoice date. Now this is the date that when the invoice is created, and then we have due on receipt, or we can add a due date. Now this is the due date, so here you can of course add any type of date you want to, and you can add like 15 days, 10 days, 1 week, 1 day, whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna add like 1 day. Then we have salesperson. For salesperson, you can add a salesperson here, and you can create a new salesperson by just adding their name and email address. So for example, we have a salesperson here, and I'm gonna quickly add their email address as well. So a salesperson has been added here. Then we have the subject, and for the subject, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a name test for the purpose of the video. If I scroll down a little bit, this is where you'll add the item. Now we have already created 2 items that I showed you before, so we're gonna add 1, and then we can select the quantity. So let's say they got like 3 quantities of this product, and then this is going to be the total. Let's say I wanted to add another, so I can add another row, and this time again we can add the item amount, and then we can add the total. At the bottom here you'll be able to see the total, and then we can scroll down to even add some terms and conditions. We can add the payment method here, we can add the date, we can even upload the file here. We can upload any type of file from our computer, and we can add it here. So once you've added all of the details for the invoice, it's super easy. You will click on save and send, and this invoice will be sent to the specific email address. So once it's done, you can see right here, now we can send, and we can even get a preview. This is how you will create an invoice with Zoho. The next thing that I want to show you is how to create a recurring invoice. So now once you've created the invoice, we can also create a recurring invoice. What is recurring invoice? It means that an invoice that is that reoccurs every month or every week. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to click on create, and then we can add the customer name. So we're going to select the customer, we can add the profile name. So for the profile name, for now I'm just going to go ahead and add the test profile for the purpose of the video. Then we have the order number, we have repeat. Now this is the important option here, that when you want it to repeat, this invoice. So what we're going to be doing is, maybe I want to repeat it every month. So we're going to select it right here, and then we have the start on. So this will start here, and then we can add the ends on, maybe like the last of this month. And then we have the salesperson subject. So this process is very similar to what I just showed you, how you will create an invoice. So the rest of the process is similar. Click on save, and now you will be able to see that we have a recurring invoice created. So this is how you create a recurring invoice on Zoho. The next thing is how to create an expense with Zoho. So for that, I'm going to go to the purchases. Under purchases, we have vendors, expenses, and more. Before we create the expense, we need to create a vendor. So I'm going to go to the vendors option here, and we're going to create a new vendor. Click on create new vendor, and then you have to enter all of these details. First of all, you're gonna select the address. So we're gonna go with the first name, and the first name here we are going for Dan, and the last name is Chu. Then we have the company name. We can add the company name here, and the company name is. Then we have the display name, so I can go with simple this name. And then we have the email address, so this is where you will enter the email address. After entering the email address, you will enter the mobile phone number, so we're gonna go ahead and add it here, and then we can add some additional details. So for the additional details, we have the company registration number, we have currency, so you will select their currency here. So this customer, again, we are going to be selecting USD, and then it will show me the exchange rate. Then we have the payment terms, we have the portal language. The portal language is going to be English, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. Then we have documents, where I can upload a document here. Then we have the address, where I can add the country, a region. We can add billing and a shipping address for this vendor. Then we have the contact person. We can add the contact person here. Then we have the bank details. We have custom fields. In custom fields, what I can do is I can create some fields by myself for this specific vendor. And then we have reporting tags and remarks as well. In remarks, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it in like this for the video. So you can see once I have added all of these different details for my vendor, now all I have to do is just click on save, and now this is a new vendor that has been saved. So once the vendor is saved, now what I can do is I can add different comments. We can create transactions. We have mails. Under transactions, I will see the bills, the expenses, the recurring expenses, and more. And then we have mails here, and we have the statement that will be shown for the vendor. So if I click on more here, I can email the vendor. I can clone, merge, or even delete or duplicate the details. So this is how you create a vendor on Zoho. After creating the vendor, we can now move to the expenses and create the expenses. To create an expense on Zoho, you have to click on record expense. And now you just have to fill in all of this information. So the first thing is the date, and this is the date when the expense is being created. So for example, this date is for today. Then we have expense account. Now this is where you will select what kind of account you want to go for. For example, if it's the cost of the goods sold, or if it's the expense. So we're gonna go for the cost being sold, and then we have to enter the amount. So let's say the amount for this expense was £1,000, and then we have the paid through. So let's say this was paid through employee advance. Then we still have to select the vendor. So we're just going to select the vendor that we just created. This is why I showed you how to create a vendor first, so that we can add the vendor here directly. After that, we have the reference number. So for the reference number, you can kind of like add anything, like the number name. So then we have the notes. In the notes, we're just going to go ahead and write the word test for now, just for the purpose of the video. And then we have the customer name. And here you will add the customer that we have already created. And then we can even add a project here, and you can even select the customer if it's billable or non-billable. And this is where we can drag and drop a receipt, or we can upload a receipt that we have created. Click on save, and this new expense will be saved right here. You can see that's how you create a expense within Zoho. If it's a recurring expense, so all you have to do is you can just click on make recurring, and this time you can create the profile name. So for example, this one is test, and then we have the repeat. If it's repeat week, 2 weeks, month, 6 months, it totally depends on you. And then we have end. So ends on, this is where you will add the due date, and it will be added right here. Click on save, and now you will be able to see that your new expense is actually a recurring expense. So this is how you create an expense and recurring expense on Zoho. The next thing I will show you is how to create a bill using Zoho Books. So for that, you need to go to bills, or you can go to this quick create button at the top. Click on create a bill, and now you will add the vendor name. This is the first step. So we will select the vendor that we just created. Bill number, you can add any number right here. Then we have the order number. This is where you will add the order number. Then we have the bill date. Now this is the date when the bill is being created. So we're going to select today. Then you have to enter a due date, which is going to be this one right here. And we're going to select this one. Okay. So you can see we have to add the due date and the date when it was created. And then we have the subject. So for the subject, again, I can just like add, maybe this is a test bill. For the payment terms, we have net 30, 40, due on receipt, due in the end of the month, or we can add the custom. So this one here for me, I'm going for custom, which is like the 2 days. Then we have to enter our items, and this is where we can select items, and I can add more than one item. So I'm going to add my 2 items here. Then of course we can select the quantity. So maybe the quantity was 2 here, and then the quantity here was maybe 4. So then we will be able to see our main bill at the bottom here. At the bottom here we can add the notes, and for the notes I'm just gonna go ahead and add thank you, and then we can upload the file here. Click on save, and I'm just gonna save it as a draft for now. So once you click on save, you will be able to see this is what the bill will look like that we created with Zoho. It looks very professional. Now what I can do is I can click on these 3 dots, and we can clone, make recurring, create a vendor credit, view a journal. So even with this one, you can create the recurring with this way, and then we have convert to open. We can create a PDF as well, or print the bill very easily. This is how you create a bill with Zoho Books. The next options we get is payment made, and this is where I will be able to see my unpaid bills. Then we have the recurring bills here. So again, as I showed you, that we have the bills and recurring bills. Then we have the vendor credits. Now in vendor credits, what I can do is I can click on create and add the name of the vendor. So we're gonna add the name. Then we have the credit number, so add the number here. You can add the order number again, so we're just gonna add it here. And then we have the subject. So for the subject, I'm gonna go again and add test, and then we will add the item. So you can see the process for all of these: the invoice, the expense, the bill, and all of the others. So vendor credit, it's very similar process. So once you've added all of your items, once you've added all of your customers or your vendors, then it's very easy for you to create invoice. You can do it within minutes. So you will add your different products here. We have 2 products added. You can add the amount, click on save, again add the notes, attach the file, click on save, and your new vendor credit will be created. So you can see this is what it will look like. So these are some of the options available. You can see we have banking, sales, and purchases. After that, we have time tracking. And under time tracking, what we can do is we can create a new project to track time off, where I can create billable and non-billable hours. Click on create new project and give your project a name. So I'm gonna call it maybe Z for now. We have project code, we have the customer. So this is where I'm gonna select the customer and the billing method. So let's say the billing is based on the task per hour, and then we can add the description. Then we can add the cost and the budget. We can add a user here. Now this is where I will add the my team members, the person who is actually going to be working on this project and for whom I am actually adding the project, or I will be doing the billable hours. So once you have added a user, now what we can do is we can log time. So for that, what we need to do is we need to click on log time. And once I do that, I will select the date, we will select the project name, we will select the task name. So let's create a new task very quickly, and let's call it task one. Okay, then we have rate per hour. So this one is $20 per hour. Then we have time spent. So we can maybe add like 1 hour. And billable, click on save, and now you will be able to see that we have a new log added. So if you want to track time, or you can add the different time or billable hours, we can do that here on our Zoho Books. Then we have the timesheet. This is where I will see all of my time log, and this is where we get a timer as well. So we can start the timer, and you can see now I can track time. So this way I don't need to go to any other third-party tool to track time, and I don't need to use another software. I can do that within my Zoho, and then we can create expenses or invoices for this work. Then we have, I'm going to stop the timer, and you will see that it will be added right here to my timesheet. Then we have the accountant. Under accountant, we will have bulk update, we have budgets and more. Go to budgets, and you can create a budget, add the name, add the finances, add the budget period, click on create, and the budget will be created as well. So then at the bottom here we have the reports option. Now report is one of the important options within our Zoho Books, because with reports we will get all the analytics and what's happening with our Zoho. You will get the reports for your profit and loss. You have reports for each of the sections separately. You will get the reports for your sales, payable, taxes, and more. So these are all of the different options that we get with Zoho Books. You can go ahead and check out Zoho Books for all of these different banking options, for accounting options. You can create invoices, expenses, and do a lot more. You can actually get a free trial with Zoho as well, or you can actually choose from a plan 2 and get started with Zoho Books. So yeah guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope this video was a big help to you. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.